Breda nu.
Welkom bij Pervin Proeft. Vandaag is mijn gast Agnieszka Stopczanska. En Agnieszka komt uit Polen, maar is opgegroeid, heeft eigenlijk het grootste gedeelte van haar leven in Australië doorgebracht en woont sinds een aantal jaren hier in Nederland. En Agnieszka is vegan, dus ja, we hebben een hele interessante programma vandaag, hè? Want jij gaat voor ons vegan koken. Maar we gaan dit programma grotendeels in het Engels doen, want dat is toch iets waar zij veel meer comfortable in is. Dus let's start, Agnieszka. What are we going to cook today?
Well, today we're going to cook a curry, which is a bit of a fusion between Thai and Indian curry. I'm also a bit of a fusion between Polish, Australian and Dutch culture, so I think that fits in. And it's vegan because, you know, I'm vegan.
Since when are you vegan? How long have you been vegan?
Vegan for about a year and a half now.
A year and a half, okay.
Yeah.
And why? Why did you decided to become vegan?
Initially it was for health reasons.
Okay.
I was looking for a healthier, better diet. But I'm also concerned about the environment, and the longer I am vegan, the more I am concerned about the animal welfare. So all three elements come into play.
That's something, because it's really very much at this moment very, everybody is very conscious about it, right? About the vegan and about animal welfare, about our planet.
Yes.
So
yes. It is a hot topic.
It's a hot topic, yeah. No, I'm the same, because my daughter, she is vegan and for a couple of years, so I love it, and I'm eating less and less meat as well. I'm not vegan, I can say, but I just, I love the food. Tell me a little bit more. You were what age when you left with your parents, Poland?
I was 13 when we left Poland, and we immigrated to Australia at that stage.
Okay.
And I lived there for almost 20 years.
So at the age of 13, you went to Australia, lived there 20 years.
Yes.
So you basically, your teenage and some young adult years you were there.
So yeah, my formative years were spent in Australia.
Okay.
So I became an adult there, and learned about the
how
world.
was Poland? What do you remember of your young years in Poland?
Sorry, Poland for me is basically like the dream world. I have the best memories.
Really?
Really, I do.
Yeah.
It's where I grew up. I had lots of friends. We grew up on the outskirts of a very big city. So
Which one?
Wrocław.
Wrocław, okay.
So there was a lot of greenery, but also a big city was close by. So, and we had a huge family. So I remember family gatherings and cooking together. And
was it
eating
dangerous in those years? Was it just because this was in the when was it?
in the 80s? We left in the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me it wasn't because.
Yeah, but I mean your parents obviously.
Yeah, it could have been dangerous.
Yeah.
Depending what you were doing.
Yeah.
There was a lot of political tension at that stage, and yeah, that's what my parents wanted to escape.
Okay.
They wanted to have a better life for me and for themselves and have some freedom.
And so then you went all the way down.
Yeah,
down under.
Down under, yes. That's because my auntie was already there. She left 10 years before us.
Yeah.
And it just made sense to go where family is.
And you go back to Poland or to Australia? First
I do
Poland.
go back to Poland regularly. I've got my cousins and my aunties there.
Okay.
And
what do we do with this?
This we need to fry it.
Fry it, okay.
Yeah, we need to fry this. And well, I actually fry in water. I do not use
You fry
oil.
in water?
I fry in water.
Oh, that's interesting. I've
Yeah.
never done that before. So.
Well, I want to cut out as much fat as possible, especially saturated fat, which isn't very good for you. So I've learned that you can actually fry onions
in
and
water.
garlic, fry it in water.
Oh, I never know. I've
sort
never
of
done
saute
that.
them in water.
Yeah, saute. Okay. So let's start doing that then.
Yeah.
And I'm crying again. I don't know if you can see it.
So I put a little bit of water in there.
A little bit of water, so
heat it
it's
up.
just it's covered a little bit with water.
Yeah, and then
the onions.
The onions, yeah.
All of them.
All of them. All of them.
All
And
right.
usually, like when you do a regular frying with oil, you do the onions first, and then.
So you don't use any fat at all?
Well, of course I do, but you know, when it's not necessary, I avoid it. But you can, at this stage, you can do the garlic as well because it doesn't like burn like you would with oil.
All right.
So you can do it all at once. It makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah, stirring it.
And
it's interesting because I'm always so used to fry onions and garlic, everything, and a little bit of oil, olive oil or other oils.
yeah.
But so yeah, we don't use that. Maar dat is niet nodig om te bakken.
Yeah. So
In the
maybe I
meantime,
will add a little bit more because you can see that it's evaporating pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And the smell is amazing.
Oh, I love onions,
Yeah.
especially when you fry them. And I don't like the cutting, obviously.
I understand.
You understand that,
I
right?
was pretty lucky here in Holland. You can go to Albert Heijn or any other supermarket and buy them chopped in a little bag.
Exactly, yeah. You just have them all. You don't have to cut them.
You can skip steps. So let's just keep an eye on this so it doesn't evaporate, like the water doesn't evaporate totally. And we can move on to the next step. We can chop the potatoes, aubergines, and courgettes.
So, Agnieszka, tell me about your, because you made a career switch, let's say it that way, and you made photography your hobby, your job, right?
Yeah,
Your
I did.
passion.
Well, I've always been creative, and I've always, like when I was in Australia, I had a very serious job, but it wasn't very creative, and I felt a little bit stuck in it. Mm-hmm. And when I came here, well, I had a chance to, reinvent myself. Initially, I worked in also a government job. Well, in a
Yeah, so you started working in a government job.
When I came to Holland, I started working for a big company.
Yeah.
And then I got pregnant, and my husband got moved to Singapore with his work.
You lived in Singapore
So
for a while.
so we went to Singapore for 2 years, and that's where our first son was born. That's for the scraps.
Your son, your youngest one, your oldest one was born
in Singapore.
And then?
And of course, as any
You
mother,
didn't work, you were like,
did,
just taking care of the son and of the house, and while husband was working.
Yeah, but obviously,
And then-
as any mother, I fell in love with my baby, and I wanted to have most beautiful pictures of the
little
baby,
newborn,
of the newborn.
Yeah.
And so we bought a camera, and I followed some photography courses in Singapore.
In Singapore, right?
Yeah. And
Sorry, this is also all in the same size, right?
yes, all same size.
Yeah. And then in Singapore, you took this photography courses.
Yes, I did. I learned. Maybe I can chop one of them. Oh, thank you. And I learned a lot. I practiced. I took my camera everywhere. And and I decided that I wanted to have a job that is creative, which is photography, and also a job which is flexible because
Because of the
have
kids,
a family and
yeah.
I wanted to be accessible to them, and I don't want to have a corporate job and miss out on my kids, on them growing up. Add about a tablespoon of curry paste.
We have a tablespoon here.
A big one, as you can tell. It's a
So
red
this
curry
is the
paste.
sweet one, or is this a spicy one?
It's also spicy. It's just a little bit more mild. I
It's
think
mild,
the green
it's not
curry
very-
paste is a little bit more
that's-
sharp.
yeah.
This one is a little bit more soft in flavour.
Yeah. Okay. It's good to know. So, but if you like the more sharp one, you can use the green curry or
You
not.
can use green. You can use any curry paste you want. You can put vindaloo flavouring in it. I just like red.
So before we came
With
here,
two
we
more
went.
things.
We went shopping in
Yes.
Jumbo in Hoge Vught. It's a very nice shop because always we go to a shop where we can all buy all the ingredients. And we went, this is nearby, and the Jumbo is very nice. You got all the ingredients we got from there.
Yes,
Yeah.
we did.
Agnieszka, we are here at the Jumbo in Hoge Vught. We're gonna do the grocery shopping right here.
Yes.
Okay, let's just see what nice things they have. This is a very big one. I love it here.
And of course it's vegan, so we need vegetables.
Okay, and which one?
Okay, we need eggplant,
Eggplant.
zucchini.
Zucchini,
I
eggplant.
think it's on the other side.
I think so, yeah. Let's go to the other side.
Oh yes, and we need red lentils.
Red lentils, okay, let's get that one. Oh, be careful.
Zucchini.
One?
Yes, one zucchini.
A very
And we
nice
need one
zucchini.
eggplant.
It doesn't matter how they are.
No, it doesn't
A big
matter.
one? That's no, this is better.
It's
Okay. And then we need the
a
zucchini.
zucchini.
Where are the
Sorry,
zucchini?
zucchini, eggplant.
Okay.
Aubergine. Sorry,
Eggplants.
eggplants. And garlic.
And some onions, yes. What is, oh yeah, here it is. There was so much choice in this big mold, but it's lovely. Tomato, a little piece of tomato.
I think on the other side.
Other sides. Which one?
This one is
The tomato
paste.
Tomato paste.
It doesn't really matter what kind of tomatoes you get.
Okay, so
as long as
no,
it's,
not the little ones, right? Not
no,
the
I
sliced
think it's best
ones.
when it's a puree.
A puree, okay.
And also got mustard seeds.
Mustard seeds.
And as much as you like. I just like when you bite on them after they've been cooking for a while, then you've got this burst of flavour.
Oh, really?
That's what I like.
So it needs to cook a little bit more.
Yeah, it needs to soften, otherwise it's a bit hard.
Yeah.
And
that?
cumin.
Cumin.
A little bit, about a teaspoon.
That's also very nice in all the dishes, right? Cumin.
Yeah.
All
if you
right.
had, if you went to an Asian shop and got the coconut coriander with the root, I would put the root in there, but it's not necessary.
So you use the fresh
coriander
ingredients.
as a
And how much? A lot?
to your liking. This much is
Yeah.
enough.
Ja, again.
If you like a lot, you can
Ik
use
vind
a
het
lot.
heerlijk ruiken, echt waar. Niet iedereen vindt het lekker, maar zalig.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah, I have it a lot at home as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can chop that up.
Chop that. So you were telling about the photography. Your clients here are the female. You photograph women, right?
The reason I concentrated on photographing women is because I'm a woman and I know what it feels like not to feel pretty or to shy away from the camera, and after you've had a baby you probably have a few extra kilos and then you don't exist in photographs. And I have
So
a few
they're shying away from photographs.
Yes,
Yeah, that's why I
'cause-
sometimes you see with my friends as well. If we say like, let's take a photo, or with, well, even men. I mean, even men are like,
Everybody
no,
has
no,
it
no, I don't
really-
want to be on the camera. You think, why not?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
be
true.
yourself and just relax and smile. Smile. Smile.
Yeah, but I have a few years in my life that I've shied away from photos, and now my kids do not have photographs of me for a few years.
Oh, really?
You know.
Okay.
And I think it's sad because that way you stop existing in history, in your family's history.
Yeah, that's
And you
true.
really need to exist. And oh yeah, we need to chop it. So yeah, that's why I want to photograph women.
How do you like living in Breda?
Love it. I really love living in
You
Breda.
live here, yeah, as an international person, because you lived in Poland, you lived in Australia, you also lived in England. We didn't talk about that, but you spent some time, and that's where you met your husband. And then you came to Holland, and then you went to Singapore again.
I've lived in 7 countries in my life.
7
altogether,
countries,
yes.
yeah.
And I really like living in Breda. I think it's a really great city. It's like it's got all the advantages of a big city. It's got all the conveniences, but it's small, so I can get around on my bike. Everything is
The
here.
bike, you don't have that in a lot of countries. You don't
No,
go
I
your
didn't have that in
bicycle.
Australia.
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
And so the bike, I can cycle everywhere. Public transport is amazing. It's great for the kids.
It's great.
And
It's a lovely place to grow up for kids as well. It's like going
absolutely.
I love it when you see all these little ones on the bicycles, just going on the school behind mommy or daddy next to them on the streets on the bike. It's really amazing.
Yeah. Where we live, it's like a lot of social control, and all the
You
kids.
lived in Belgium.
I live in
right?
the Belkrum, and it's a really nice
It's a
area
nice
to live in.
neighborhood with kids, yeah.
And it's very social, so kids can just go out, walk home from school, and
You don't have that in Singapore or in London or in Australia.
No, it's very special.
It's special, yeah.
And actually, people here down in Brabant are very friendly. When I lived in The Hague,
I also lived in The Hague.
In The
right,
Hague, I didn't really make so many local friends. It took me a long, long time to make friends in The Hague. Yeah.
So the
and
people
here
in Breda are more open. Yeah, that's what I find as well.
Yeah.
You guys are very welcoming, because I'm also living for now almost 2 years here, and it's very, very nice and very friendly, very easy to catch up with people here. Yeah. So this cooks for a little while.
Until the vegetables are done.
Soft, yeah.
And that's the beauty of the lentils. They take 20 minutes to cook, the red ones.
So we're almost there.
Yeah.
Okay. Bedankt voor het kijken en ik hoop dat jullie genoten hebben. Nou, wij in ieder geval wel. Het smaakt ontzettend lekker. Ik zou het zeker voor zo'n koude winterse dag is het echt aan te bevelen. Kijk op de website, ga naar de website van Breda Nu en daar kom je dit recept tegen. Of volg Pervin Proeft op Instagram en Facebook en Breda Nu natuurlijk ook. Tot de volgende keer.
Vrede nu.